this is a little thrift treasure episode about Vallauris hand vase. Are you curious? I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. Hello! May I introduce you to my hand? This one also has a very interesting story. According to Google Lens, this is a Vallauris hand vase, and it's made circa 1960. Although there are different opinions because they were produced between the 60s and 70s, I think, and so it could also be a 70s hand vase. As I understand, the decoration, everything is made by hand, so every hand is different. And I bought this one for, I believe, €1.25 or something, €1.25. And probably because the person who put it in the rack did not really like it. I initially bought it because I thought it would be a nice vase for use on Halloween. So here it is. Let me tell you a little bit about the city it came from. I never heard of that city, so it's an interesting story. And also you can use at vase, but also for rings, to keep your rings safe. There were some people who said you could also use your makeup brushes or something like it in. And let's, for fun, it's a smaller hand than mine, but not much. So maybe the size of a child's hand. Let me turn. As you can see, it's damaged, but as I said, I'm not buying it for worth, so I don't really care. You can see nice details on the fingernails. So let me tell you a little bit more about Vallauris, the city where this one comes from. It's not of one particular company, it's from a certain city which is famous, although I have never heard of it before, for making these hands. Okay. Vallauris Juan, city of 100 potters, is a tourist town on the French Riviera between Antibes and Cannes. Its name, Vallauria in Provençals. Provençals is, I think, a local language or dialect or something, and it means the Golden Valley. The original pottery of Vallauris is traditionally culinary. Likely created during the Roman era thanks to the nearby clay pots. So the history of this town already says that they were making earthenware like this in Roman times because of the clay deposits that were there. Also interesting story. From the 16th century, Italian families from Genoa settled in the city after a deadly epidemic. And this time frame is the beginning of pottery activity by individual artisans. So then came several different pottery makers. Before that time, probably it was a casual thing to make your own pottery, and then in the 16th century, really experts came and it developed. The finger is also always out of the image. So, okay, then in the 17th century, the pottery craft activity developed further, becoming a significant economic driver of the city. The pottery tradition of the Vallauris that continues today is born at this time. So they are getting famous at it around the 17th century. In the 19th century, the advent of the railway helped the potters to organize commercial enterprises. They worked in large factories and exported their production. Utensils in kitchen containers became the specialty of Vallauris. It's still in the earthenware, mostly for food preparing or serving, as you notice. And this terracotta pottery enameled with a clear glaze is the distinct trademark of the town's pottery. So they're getting famous, starting getting famous in the 17th century, and in the 19th century they expand a lot due to the railway. However, the 20th century modernization brings with it a decline in artisanal pottery activity. And that is kind of logical, maybe. After World War II, Picasso gives a new impulse to the pottery of Vallauris when he chooses to settle in the city. Like a magnet, the presence of Picasso draws the arrival of artists like Jean Marais and many others. So you see, from practical wear to a drawback in the 20th century until about the time after World War II, Picasso arrives in the city and settles down and brings artists to this area. Then it develops again and it became fashionable in the years 1950 to 60, and they developed their ceramics as an art form. Thus you have a not so practical but artisan, or I'm sorry, artistic idea of a vase. And since that time, so since the 1950s and 60s, they continue to be famous with their decorative ceramics and tableware. So it's, as far as I understand, it's still a little city that is famous for this kind of pottery and art style items. And if you enjoyed this video, please like or subscribe, and thank you for watching. Bye!